Hello YouTube, Relativity back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about Regulation G team building because I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't really know what they're doing when it comes to a single restricted format. I also want to apologize before we get into any further video that I haven't been keeping on content because I did just finish school this previous week and now I'm also kind of coming down sick. So I want to apologize if I cough or anything during the video. But first, I'm gonna probably hit on like three or four archetypes with restricted Pokemon. So the very first restricted I want to talk about is the one that everyone thinks is literally they thought was gonna be the best in Regulation G, which is Calyrex Shadow Rider. There are like two different ways to play it, but on three separate teams. There's like two balanced teams and then one hyper offensive team. Um, so some people for hyper offensive they will want to do spell tag and then do a defensive terror type of like fairy. It will always be something like protect, nasty plot, astral barrage, and a psychic move of your choice. It could be like side shock. Um, It could also be Draining Kiss for that Terra Stab. No matter what, you have to do 252 Timid because that's what most Calyrex you're going to run into are going to be that. Or some people will. Well, this is more of a balanced Calyrex. Like, you will most likely pair it up with Tornadus, um, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Urshifu Rapid because that thing's just amazing right now, and Amoonguss. Um, this is basically like the most common Calyrex team with Tornadus. Calyrex is kind of balanced, but it also puts a lot of damage output onto Calyrex because the main damage outputs here are Calyrex and Urshifu, but with this team it's a lot difficult with Calyrex and Urshifu. Then you also have Wolf Glick's team that instead of using Amoonguss, use Clefairy for that Friend Guard ability. So that's another team that's basically the exact same. But there is another team that I personally like where instead of having Draining Kiss, that's only one way for using it. That's like a more offensive type. But here's a like another pretty balanced type. It's Terra Ghost, so then you can just get it off. Where it's gonna be Focus Sash, Terra Ghost, so then you can just not worry about it, and then do Protect, Next Block, Astral Barrage, Psychic. I personally like this set because you can guarantee one hit and be able to move on. And sometimes instead of Tornadus, you can also see Raging Bolt, where you have priority from Incineroar, Rillaboom, Urshifu, and Raging Bolt with Thunderclap. Then you have Amoonguss for redirection. You don't really have to just worry about Calyrex to get damage because you'll also have Raging Bolt over here with Protect, Calm Mind, Thunderclap, and Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor. It's either one of your choice. Me, I personally don't like running inaccurate moves, so I will mostly go for Dragon Pulse. But then Incineroar is very different depending on a team. Most of the time, you will see Fake Out, Knock Off on basically every team because you will like a lot of teams have clear amulet. For example, Koraidon, Groudon, and Calyrex Ice. They will all have clear amulet, so every team basically needs knockoff. So most of the time you will see these three moves solid, but then on the last slot it will be between Flare Blitz. Some people run Taunt. Other people will do Will-O-Wisp. Um, but Incineroar is very versatile right now. It's not a guaranteed one set that you need. But a lot of teams are running the double fake out, all that. But these are the two versions of the Calyrex team that you can be running. There's also one more Calyrex team that is going around, which is kind of the same as the first team, but they make it where they have Calyrex and Indeedee female. So Indeedee female will set up the Psychic Surge, and then you will spam Expanding Force with Calyrex Shadow. Um, that's another team going around with Calyrex Shadow, and that's just what I want to say. This is a core for one of them. The other two teams are just like balanced cores. It all really depends on how you want to play with them. Okay, so now that we got Cali out of the way, we should probably beat the dead horse and just get Cali Ice out of the way. There's literally only like one um, one type to play around with. It's gonna be this one. Protect, um, Stomping Tantrum, um, Glacial Lance, and most of them run Trick Room. Um, Most of the time, it will be like 252 attack. Um, I'm not really sure if they're running like super bulky. I know they're doing like zero speed investment, but the rest can be put equally divided throughout your bulk. You'll probably be running 252 adamant, all that. Some partners for Calyrex Ice can be Pelipper to, you know, get wide guard to protect it from Cali Shadow. Um, Amoongus for redirection helps up Trick Room. Um, then you want to have Incineroar basically for fake out pressure and helps Trick Room. And then you're kind of lacking a fast mode right now, so you have Urshifu Rapid, Choice Scarf to be able to get some immediate damage off. And then in the back is another Trick Room user. So you have Photograph set up Trick Room, Helping Hand, and all that be able to set up your team. If you really want to, you can use Tailwind on Pelipper too, but most of the time, these Cali Ice teams are going to be strictly Trick Room oriented because Calyrex Ice has such a low speed. But that's like the only team I've actually seen for Cali Ice is something very similar to this, and it has Clear Amulet, which is why I'm saying knockoff is very important on Incineroar because Calyrex Ice is going around there. It's actually becoming more popular than Cali Shadow based on the past few online tournaments. I have looked at top cuts, and Cali Shadow has been missing from those results. But this is like your average Cali Ice team you'll see going around. Basically standard sets, but it's all up to you. But these six are usually what you'll see going around. Um, Now, next one, we're gonna talk about Kyogre. Kyogre, a lot of people are saying is kind of mid. Personally, I don't think so because I've seen so many Kyogres do so well within the past few online tournaments, and has been doing really good as of lately. Um, and to be honest, it's weather is really important right now because it's going around sun and rain a lot. That's why you see Mons like Pelipper doing so well. Excuse me, sorry, my throat was a little dry. So Kyogre, this is a very common set. You will most always have Drizzle, Mystic Water. Basically, Kyogre has to be Terra Grass because if it isn't Terra Grass, then Mons like Miraidon and Rillaboom can just cause it so much trouble. But you're most likely going to see this Origin Pulse, um, Water Spout, and then this fourth move can be kind of interchangeable. I've seen Ice Beams, and I've also seen Thunder to counter opposing Kyogres. So that's basically what you'll say. One moment, please. Excuse me. Okay, let's get back to it. So yeah, you'll mainly see those. Some good partners of Kyogre is most of the time you'll see. Let me think. Let me think. Tornadus for speed control, obviously. You'll have Amoonguss for redirection and be able to keep your Kyogre at full health, so then you can keep doing those powerful water spouts. Then sometimes you'll have another mode of Chi and Pow and Urshifu, Urshifu Rapid to be able to get that immediate damage output. And then just Archiludon for like a bulky sire with that electro shot in the rain. It'll be really good, excuse me. But this team is going around getting consistent results. There's also another team with Serena or something like that. I don't remember the name of it. But this is like the most common six you'll see with Kyogre. I'm sorry I'm not really going into spreads right now. I'll probably do like two teams at the end with specific spreads and all this. But right now we're just going through like 6 months with a team composition. These teams are fairly common, um, which I don't which is another reason why you'll be able to find your resources. But these are like mine teams coming from memory or teams I'm building on a spot right now. So the next one we're gonna talk about is going to be we're gonna talk about Terapagos. Terapagos has really hit the scene recently. With as you can see, base form, the base stats aren't really that much, but as soon as it gets into battle, it will turn into Terapagos terrestrial form with Terra Shell. Terra Shell is a really good ability because when you're at full HP, it will basically make the type matchups different so that you won't be taking all that damage. It's kind of like what's that mon's name? It's kind of like Lunala's Shadow Shield when it's at full HP, um, but it's just kind of better. Um, and then Terapagos in its uh, Terra state has just so much uh, boosted base stats. So the whole point of Terapagos is there's like two sets going around. There's choice specs and there's leftovers. So choice specs, you're basically gonna Terra, click Terra Starstorm. But with Terapagos lefties set, you're gonna be running Calm Mind and try to get those Terra Starstorms up. So on most Terapagos teams, or the common six for Terapagos I have seen is Terapagos, I believe Tornadus, Amoonguss to. Why am I clicking in the item slot? Amoonguss. Um, some of these teams have double fake out with Rillaboom and Incineroar. So you have that double fake out support. Try help Terapagos get a Calm Mind up. And to finish off the Firewater Grass Core, Urshifu Rapid Strike. These are like the six you'll see on Terapagos teams. The whole point is to set up with Terapagos with Calm Minds, have leftovers and grassy terrain to be able to heal up your Terapagos, have redirection, keep Terapagos alive, and just be able to get just spam Terra Starstorm. Okay, now let's think of what we want to do next. Y'all might be very surprised, but Groudon is actually not as um, up there as we thought it would be because now we have Koraidon, which sets up Sun as well. Most of the time, Koraidon will be running Protect. Swords Dance is like a must. Then Collision Course and Flare Blitz or Temper Flare, I believe. Um, I think Temper Flare. No, 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 not. It's some type of flame charge. I mean, so then they get a speed boost. And in its sun, it just hits for so much damage. Some common partners for Koraidon is definitely like Flare Main. Um, I think the second place, the finalists in the 2023 World Championships has used Walking Wake as well. Basically, any photosynthesis mons um, can go really well with Koraidon. So those are basically the things you want to do for Koraidon. And then the two final ones we'll be talking about is Zacian and Zamazenta. So Zacian unfortunately got nerfed from 2022. I believe was last time it was legal. Now Intrepid Sword only does once per battle, so now basically during the it has to run Swords Dance because Incineroar will give it so much problem, and you can't run Clear Amulet because you need Rusted Sword. So most of the time, people will be running Protect, Swords Dance, Behemoth Blade, and like Play Rough. Some people will run Sacred Sword. It all depends really on you and how you want to play with it. Some good partners for it is um, gouging fire, especially because you can have that speed booster energy and then just do howl, kind of like how James Evans did with King Gambit on his team, but now it can be Zacian. You can do that house spam, be able to get Zacian super high up, and be able to do play rough. Um, that's a core you could build around for Zacian, or start off with these two. I don't really know what else would really go well with Zacian, but I think Gouging Fire Zacian has some good promise and could possibly see some results. And then finally, there's this new Zamazenta team that has been going around. Zamazenta has been a real threat recently. It's been top cutting. It's been doing a good job. Um, I think it's these six. Um, So some teams will have Urshifu Rapid Strike, some will have like Flare Main, but these six really do well together. It will be mainly Protect, Iron Defense, Heavy Slam to guarantee a one-hit KO against Flare Main, and then Body Press. Because when you immediately switch in, you automatically get a +1 uh, defense boost. So bypress really becomes good, and heavy slam is also the better hit towards Calyrex Shadow Rider. Then you have Pelipper basically for wide guard because wide guard is very good for this format, especially with so many people that can do spread damage instead of single target. And then you have Raging Bolt, same thing as in that previous team where you just give it lefties and have it set up Calm Mind while you do Fake Out Intimidate cycle. Um, but this is like the common set for Zamazenta. Sorry, excuse me. I didn't mean for that to happen. So now let's go into a let's build the team. Um, First, we'll build around Calyrex Shadow Rider. Personally, I like having the Focus Ash because it's mainly going to be a 252 Mon, and we just want to get out as much damage as we can. So I do like this set that Wolf used to win a tournament. Um, Protect, Nest Blot, Astral Barrage, and Psychic. Excuse me. Um, and then it's going to be a common 252 for timid. Some people will put 4 in special defense. Me, I just put 4 in HP because you can never live without it. Then Incineroar. A lot of people are still using safety goggles. I will always continue to run safety goggles on my Incineroar. The common terror types for Incineroar right now are Ghost, Grass, and Water. Personally, I am still uh, running Ghost because I'm comfortable with it. It makes sense, but I might swap that over to Grass because I can't really do a good job without it. So you got Fake Out, Knock Off, Parting Shot. And I use Will-O-Wisp because I don't want to spend a turn knocking off the Clear Amulet. And I just want to do this to ensure that that I can get that damage. Make sure their damage is not as good since I can't just do Intimidate Cycle. I'm investing quite a lot into my special defense because there's a lot more special attackers out there, like Calyrex Shadow Rider. You have Kyogre, still Fluttermane's out there. It's just like a lot more specially threat, and plus Intimidate and Will-O-Wisp can deal with all the physical attackers. So I'm not too worried about it. And then I still run Rillaboom because Rillaboom is just too good with the Assault Vest. Having that helps me keep Calyrex alive, have Fake Out, Wood Hammer, Grassy Glide, and U-turn because I do like having that swap out. Um, I will do the common set that I ran in in regulation F, just 116 adamant, do that, and then to complete our Fire Water Grass Core or Shifu Rapid Strike, and in order to outspeed with Choice Scarf, you have to run 252 in your speed to you have to if you want to be able to outspeed Calyrex. Then do 44 in that for here I believe, and put a rest in attack. Or you could do 156 and evenly distribute them between your defenses. You could possibly do something like that to have 156, 44 special defense, 12 defense, 156 attack. It'll be a common, Surging Strikes, Aqua Jack, U-turn, close combat. Then I personally like having Amoonguss still for redirection. And then you may be looking at me like you have three flying weaknesses, but the only really flying user right now is Tornadus. So Amoonguss, I think I do 228 usually. Um, Now I put a lot into the defense. I don't remember how much I do. I think I do 188, and then I do. I don't fully remember my Amoonguss calcs, to be honest. I think it's something like this that I do. I don't quite remember. But I always run bold, and it should be something like that I do. And personally, since there's still a lot of fairy types out there, I still do Sludge Bomb over Pollen Puff. But you can do Pollen Puff, be able to keep your Calyrex alive even more. But with Ogerpon and stuff like that, I still try to have Sludge Bomb be able to do damage into those and the Terra Fairies out there. Um, Rage Powder and Spore. And then Torn will have Protect, Tailwind. Actually, you could either run Rocky Helmet and have Protect, or you could do Covert Cloak and run Taunt over Protect. Um, it's either of those, but most of these will be Tailwind, Bleak Windstorm, Protect, and then Rain Dance to help boost the Urshifu. You could run Covert Cloak as well and have Taunt on here, but most of the time you'll be running decent speed, so then you don't get outsped. Maybe like 220, have like 156 or something like that, and then evenly distribute through your bulk. I don't really know. I'm not that great with EVs unless I like purposely start calcing for anything, but I'm not really calcing for anything right now. And I don't really have sets just memorized in my head. But now I'm going to take a look at our time. We're at 25 minutes, and I think I put a lot of information onto y'all. So I don't want you to be overloaded. But that's a common way of just building teams, finding cores that go good together. Those are some sample cores, and then just the rest is put onto your needs and how you like to play. And then obviously the EVs are meant for damage calcs that you will do to calculate and see what you need your team to survive. But this is an introduction to team building from Relativity, and hopefully that will do well. It also depends on what happens at Indianapolis this weekend. But I think you'll be seeing some of these teams at Indianapolis, possibly even leading all the way to NAICs. That's a month away from now. But I will see y'all in the next video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. Have a good one.